Okay guys, this is about the static method we are talking now in this class. So if you heard about my previous classes about this variables, so it's all connected together, right? So now we're talking about the static method. So in the previous class we talked about static variables. What is static variables? A variable which is with a static modifier. Yes, static modifier. It's called a static variable. The same logic to the method too, okay? The method with the static modifier is static. Void is the return type, okay? And some high. So the parameters list open that store there. And this is the static method, okay? So I already said you that how to call the static method. So we'll be, no, we're having a static method. Same way we'll be taking some another method, instance method. So instance method, there is no static modifier for instance method, right? So simply write void hello, okay, and okay, void hello. So this is said to be an instance method. This is a static method. So it's it that no, these are instance variables. Okay, so instance variables in static area. So this is a static area, right? So for the easy understanding, write static area. Static area. Okay, this is static area. Cut and paste. This is a little lengthy process actually. Okay, this is a static area. So you know whatever you write in the comments, it will not be shown or it will not be compiled. Okay, you might be knowing about the small basics about this Java, right? So this is a static area, right? So these are instance variables to be called in static. How to call the instance variables in static area? So we have used it here. See, instance variables in static area. So object creation is compulsory, okay? Instance variables in static area. Simply create object. Object should be created with the class name, right? Sorry. Test T equals to new desktop. Okay. Test T equals to new desktop. Okay, now we have T is holding the instance variables here. So simply call syso this is out of so x plus y. Okay, sorry, we got the instance variables, right? So we have to write t dot x plus t dot y. Okay, so we got this instance variables in static area by creating object. So in the previous class we have seen that we are calling this instance variables in this main method by creating the same thing is done here because this is a static method, right? This is also static method, nothing to worry about that. So what if there are another two variables int a equals to 9, sorry, some 10, and int b equals to some 50 with static modifier static modifier. Okay, this another here also static modifier. So this is a static area, right? This is static area. So in the previous example in instance method, to call the instance variables in instance area, there is no to create an object, and to call the static variables in the static area, there's no need to create an object. So you can directly call them like how sys out. So there is no need to create any object or call through class name. Okay, so a plus okay, you can see here a plus b. So those are directly called here. Okay, now will be now this is the static area. Now you understood that static variables called directly in the static area. But what if I want to call the static variables in instance area? Okay, might be getting my point, right? What if I want the static variables to call in instance here? This is an instance here with a static modifier, right? Simply by the class name. Okay, what is your example? Static method or static variables? Here it is. Static method or static variables in instance area should be called by class name. How? So simple. See, see how to call these methods static variables in static area void hello. Now sys this is out of sorry sys this is out of this is out of see what is the class name test test dot plus the test dot b okay compile and to call this state to call this instance variable static area so there is no need to create an object right because these are instance variables in the instance area so simply call them sys this out of this out of um, x plus y got it right x plus y these are the instance variables calling in instance area directly so now you can see it is compiled now see this is a static method and a static instance method so this is not yet completed if we compile the program still the program is not compiled right because there should be an execution in main method see if I compile the program still the program is showing nothing okay so how the simple logic so how to call the static method in static area okay you might be getting a point right how to call the static method in static area directly class name test dot what is here hi hi is the class name did I call this hi method see so this is a static method in static area this static method is a static method right test dot hi so this is compile now if you compile the program you can see only this will be executed what x plus y 95 and 10 plus 50 plus 10 60 okay where 95 and 60 are executed perfectly but we didn't execute it because we didn't call this so we can't call directly like this see test test dot hello okay because this is instance method we can't call directly with the class name okay so for the instance method what we have to do create an object simply test t equals to new desktop sorry new desktop t now t holds the instance variables and instance method right so simply call t dot hello okay it's here so now if you see of course see 90 60 60 95 because I called a plus b and x plus y right so this is the way how to call the static variables in static area instance variables in instance area so here in this example I shown you how to call the static variables how to call the static variables in static area directly a plus b okay how to call the static variables in instance area so I hope you got my point right so in the next class we'll be discussing about constructors concept sorry constructor concept we'll be discussing about the constructors concept okay thank you for watching please subscribe my channel okay